occasions in the second half, and within one possession, why do you think you weren't quite able to get over the hump there?
Well, when you play from behind, it puts so much pressure on you not to have any screw-ups. And I think that, I'd have to go back, but if I'm not mistaken, we missed 4 free throw opportunities in a row. A front end and then a 2-shot foul. And, when you're playing from behind, you got to convert, every opportunity that you get. But I actually thought, we did some good things. We're a makeshift team right now. But I thought we did some good things. I thought we competed, hard. I thought we uglied the game up pretty well. And I don't think that, I hadn't spoken to John, but I doubt he thought they ran, the most fluid offense that they've ever run and stuff. So there were some good things there, but the bottom line is when you got to get stops and you got to execute, we didn't really do that, I don't think, as well as we could have the last 4 or 5 minutes at all.
Bill, Melvin had a pretty good second half. What did you see from him out there compared to the first half?
Well, I didn't know what I thought Melvin played great. I think Melvin's shot selection sometimes can be a little questionable, but I thought he played great. One thing about it, he plays downhill, and he's got to get where he can drive to pass and not just drive to shoot. But good gosh, he did some good things. His speed is undeniable, and he finished at the rim, several good finishes, but he's close to being a real good guard. He just got to tie some things together and be able to, think about time, score, momentum sometimes a little bit. But I think Melvin's doing well.
Trey, you came out pretty aggressively in this one. There was a point where you were actually out rebounding Duke by yourself. What's your plan of attack coming into a game like this?
Just trying to muck the game up, do the little things. Just trying to carry that energy. Flo does a good job. Starting off like that, I'm just trying to, pick up the slack with him. And then, they're a big team, so just trying to be physical with them, do the little things.
Coach, over here, quick question. It's the first time you got to see Cam Booster play in a setting like this. So just what kind of stood out? You guys held him quiet relatively in the first half, but what stood out about his game from your standpoint?
I tell you, from my standpoint, I actually thought we guarded him pretty well. I thought we did some good things. I think these guys would probably agree with me. When we screwed up, it seems like he made us pay when we screwed up. Would you guys agree with that? If you miss a block out, he'll make you pay on a block out. If we screwed up, which we did a few times, screwed up a trap, the post or whatever, he'll make you pay out of that. But he's a good player, and the thing that I think that he does really well is pass. I mean, he does a lot of things well, but he's a really good passer. But I think I actually thought I felt pretty good about how our guys defended him, even in one-on-one type situations. I thought we did okay, but when we screwed up, he took advantage of it.
Trey, how's it different for you and your teammates when Darren is gone on the floor?
Yeah, there is a difference. Darren's a one-on-one scorer. So we definitely got to make up for that. But the message has been the same. Next man up. Do little things. Play more aggressive. And that's what we try to do tonight.
Flory, you got to stay in after picking up your fourth with 7:20 or so to go. How'd you kind of approach that challenge and manage to stay on the floor for the remainder of the game?
Just need to play with my head and my feet. Push it up. With others. If I could take me out, but I pick up 4 foul. Could have been doing a good job at it, but it is what it is. So.
Bill, I think you called the Peterson injury a hamstring strain. Is it something that kind of is now officially called a hamstring strain? And the cramps kind of conjoined with that, I guess?
Well, Jeff Goodman reported it was a hamstring strain, so we'll just go with whatever. We just go with whatever Goody reported. So he's had hamstring tightness, which is caused by a slight hamstring strain. So until that subsides, he's going to not be confident to play on it, push off, and those sorts of things. which has been going on, a fairly significant amount of time. So we actually feel good about what we're doing. They feel good about what we're doing, and we don't think it'll be long.
Is it have to do with the cramps at all?
I think they're all tied together. And me going to med school at Oklahoma State back in the day, I think, in my expert opinion, they're all tied together. The cramping could create some straining or slight whatever problems there are, but the cramping has subsided as of now, so he's just dealing with the tightness.
Coach, back over here. On a night where you didn't have Darren, what could you just say about Flory's night and his continued development this season?
I think he's gotten a lot better. The thing about Flo is, to me, is he can play really well and not score because he's so active. He can, change the game with activity. But I think his offensive game has gotten better. And I thought he played big tonight, and he played athletic. I still think that there's some things, and I think he would agree with me that there's some things that he can do to simplify some stuff to make him a more effective player. But our guards have to do a better job of looking for him, and we didn't throw the ball to him. We missed him several times tonight.
Coach, is it easier, harder, or does it make a difference playing in all these neutral site tournaments? Because you're playing here and then in Vegas and back-to-back, so that's 3 straight games that are at neutral sites. Does it make a difference?
Actually, it'll be 4 straight games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if it makes a difference. The scheduling has changed every year, it seems like, and no matter what, it's good competition, and we're off to obviously not the best start because we played 2 Blue Bloods and come up empty both times. And they would have been hard games regardless. And the games in Vegas will be hard too, but we need to grow together as a team. Sometimes those tournaments, I actually think, can be the best thing for a team throughout a year because we get away, it's only us. 3 days in a row. I always thought Maui was great for team building, and hopefully this will be the same going out to Vegas as well.
Coach, when you play such a highly talented team, like without your best player, obviously you and your locker room have the competitive spirit where you hate losing, but is there ever a good feeling coming out of a competitive game like this one?
Great question. No. But I told the guys in there, I'm not leaving out of here discouraged. We fought. We just need to play. We just need to kind of tighten some things up. I think they would agree. There's some things that we got to do to tighten up to become a good team, and if we can do that, we'll be a much better team whenever we have all hands on deck.
Coach, you guys went down 7 points at halftime. What were the words to your team at halftime?
We were just trying to get to halftime and actually did a decent job. What did we have it to 4, and then Evans makes a 3 at the buzzer. But playing without flow the last 6 minutes or 7 minutes, whatever it was, the first half, I think hurt us without question. But I felt like we were still in the game at halftime. There's no doubt about that. And I thought the way the second half started, we kind of traded baskets for a while, and it kind of hung around that 8 to 7 to 10 range, and then I thought we actually played better over about an 8 or 10 minute period. Then we just didn't close it out.
Got time for a couple more.
Back here. You guys have now played Duke in November the last 2 years. Just how would you sort of compare where they are in their development last year versus maybe how they are in their development this year?
Last year's game was a better played game. Both teams played really well last year. That was a high level game. This year, I didn't think it was a high level game, and you could probably blame us on that because we probably needed to muddy it up, and we did that to an extent. I thought Duke's potential last year when we played them was exactly what they ended up playing I actually thought this year's Duke team was playing better than last year's Duke team in early November. I'm not sure they did tonight, but I actually thought their execution, ball movement, and all that stuff was better this time this year than it was last year at this time. But the talent was undeniable that they had last year.
Bill, you said you were concerned about the injury to Darren being long term. I know it's 6 days away still, but what's your concern level of him not being ready for the Notre Dame game or the 2 games in Vegas?
Well, he's going to be reevaluated later in the week. So yeah, that could be, yeah, he could not be available to us, but we'll just have to wait and see after he's evaluated here.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
All right,
Appreciate
guys.
it.